All right, let's do all the colorless cards here, not just the artifacts and not just the commons and uncommons, because there's not that many of them, and most of them are just lands. So, okay, so here we have Biblioplex Assistant. 4 mana, 2/1 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, put up to one target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard on top of your library. Yeah, I don't. Filler. Yeah, put a 3 on this. Oops. I'll put a 3 on that. I don't like it very much. When it enters the battlefield, you may search all you for a basic land card, reveal it, and then shuffle it and put that card on top. You're probably going to always play these, right? Because I think this is a 3-color format, and you're just always going to play this to make sure your mana works. That's kind of the way I feel. But maybe it's a 5. It's either a 5 or a 6. It's high. I think it's high-level filler. Maybe it's not high-level filler. Maybe I'm overestimating the ability to fix your mana. Obviously, if you're a 2-color deck, you don't play it. So this is for 3 or more color decks. I know it puts it on top, it doesn't put it in your hand. If I put it in your hand, it would be like a 7 or 8 out of 10. Probably a 9 out of 10 if it put it in your hand. Obviously, it puts it on top. Yeah, maybe it's a 4 or 5, right? Let's make it a 5. I'm willing to put this one down. I think it's closer to a 4 than a 5. 4.4 or something. Cogwork Archivist. 6 mana, 4/5 reach. 2 mana tap. Put a card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. I love these types of cards. I love these types of cards. Has reach. Very flavorful. I like this. This is my kind of card. Yeah, reach is big. I mean, I don't think you always play it. I think it's a solid 5. I don't think it's a 6. It's either a 5 or a 6 out of 10, right? You don't always play this card. Maybe you do. I don't think so though. I don't think you always play it. I think you play it a lot of the time. 1 mana 04, 1 mana tap, mill a card. I thought you can mill any. It's not target player. It's only yourself. So it's Steel Wall, but better. Strictly better Steel Wall. What Steel Wall was just a 1-cost 04. And that was a card you played, but that was because it was a trinket. Yeah, you're talking about Epitaph Golem? I liked Epitaph Golem. I'll look it up for you. Yeah, Epitaph Golem. 5 mana, 3/5, 2 mana, put target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. This can hit your opponent too. You can like put their lands back in their deck so that if they shuffle, they have to draw them. Oh, it does combo with Cogwork Archivist. So like you mill your deck and then you draw your same Terminator every turn. That's what you used to do with Junk Troller. Yeah. Excavated Wall is probably a 3. You probably don't main deck this card very often. I might be underestimating it, but I don't think so. 3 mana tap, add 1 mana of any color. 2 mana sacrifice Litter Rich has a draw card. Oh, this card's good, right? Assuming this is a 3-color format, this seems like a 6 out of 10. Although it sucks that it's not 4 mana draw 2 cards. This is like the Guild Pact ones and not the new ones. Yeah, it's a strictly better Cluestone. Is that what it was? Yeah, this is probably a 6. I like it. Cluestones were so bad? Well, Cluestones only produce 2 colors of mana, and they are hard to sack, right? To give you an example. These things. Yeah, these were terrible. These were terrible, I agree. But Acceptance Letter is way better than these. Because it produces a mana of any color. They're harder to sack. Oh no, it's easier. It's the same 2 mana to sack. Yeah, it's way better than Cluestones. Strictly better Cluestone. Whenever you cast an inner sorcery spell that targets only Reflective Golem, you may pay 2. If you do, copy that spell. So what does that even mean? You copy the green card and they die, right? This thing. You copy this and they just explode. No, fights don't work. They don't only target it. Oh, put a counter and learn? Oh, yeah, you're right. If you copy Guiding Voice. Yeah. Works with Charge Through. Yeah. It has a lot of potential. It has a pretty high ceiling, and like a 3-mana 2/3 is fine. Oh, the second copy doesn't even have to target him. I thought they both had to target him. No, you can target him and somebody else. I like it. Yeah, I like this card. That's dangerous. It's a dangerous card. I like it. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, put a book counter on this. Tap, remove a book counter, add a mana. 3, tap a book counter, remove 3 book counters, draw a card. Wait, wait, what? No, it's whenever you cast, it's not Magecraft. Good lord, it's not Magecraft, no. Spell Satchel. If you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, put a book counter on it. This reminds me of... They had a cycle of these in previous sets, and the one that was really good was the wizard one, right? The wizard one was like, whenever you cast a wizard or something spell, put a counter on it, and you can like remove counters and deal damage. This seems pretty weak. I agree. Yeah, this seems pretty weak. This is probably a 2. Yeah, Firemind's Research. You're right. It does remind you of Firemind's Research, doesn't it? Oh, it's like, it was Research something? Oh, it costs 2, right? Yeah. You're totally right. Good call. This card was terrible. This card was terrible. Yeah. Good call. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, vigilance, and trample. Yeah, insane with fractals. Yeah, you're right. Not all fractals, though. One of the fractals is a land, right? This card seems quite good. There was an equipment in the past that was... Was it a +1/0 in vigilance and +1/+1 if it was a human? Is that what it was? You know, I check and remember the name of the card. It was in the Investigate set, right? It was Censor. True Faith Censor. Good call. It reminds me a lot of this. Like 2/2, right? This is 2/2, and this is 1/3 for +1/+1 in trample, or +1/+1 in vigilance. True Faith Censor was a bomb, right? That card was amazing in that set. This is probably a 6? 6 or a 7? Yeah, trample is big, I agree. And giving all the fractals trample is huge. This is probably a 6. A quick creature has flying. Whenever a quick creature deals combat to its player, draw a card and just... Wait, what? What? Isn't this insane? This feels like it's insane, right? Wow, okay. Is this a 9? Is this a 9 out of instead of an 8? That's so cheap. 1 plus 2 is so cheap. Well, Copter was basically a 10 out of 10. It might have been a 9 out of 10, but it's at least an 8. You're right that if it was 2 plus 1, it would be better. For sure. Interesting. It's at least an 8. Oh, what is this? You can't cast permanent spells. 4 mana tap, add 1 of any color. When you cast your next spell this turn, exile cards from the top of your library into exile an instant or sorcery with lesser mana value. Until end of turn, you may cast that card without paying its mana cost, but each other... It's a 3... Wait, it's a 3 mana 1/4 creature. It's like an angry book. Okay. It's an angry mana book. It like produces a mana, but it prevents you from casting permanent spells. But like, there's a lot of cards in the format that produce like... Wait, this might actually just be a bomb. Wait, this might just be a bomb. There's lots of spells that make creatures. You have to be able to get rid of it? That doesn't seem hard to do. One of the cards you search for can get rid of it. Yeah, it's also a ramp and a mana fixer. You can play all your lessons? That's a good point. I think this is a bomb. I think it's much closer to a bomb than a not bomb. Yeah, I mean, if your deck has to support it, I think this is totally doable. It's also a tutor, right? Isn't it a tutor? Whenever you cast your next spell this turn, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile an instant or sorcery card with lesser mana. It goes through your whole deck. Like if you play a 3-drop and there's only one 2-drop in your deck, you cast the 2-drop. Yeah, it cascades. This seems like it's doable. Especially if you're green, right? Because if you're green and you have Leyline Invocations... No, there's no arrest. This... I don't think this is bad. You can just make this your last card you play. Or second to last card you play. Because think about it, like, one of your lessons you could have... There's like a bunch of lessons. There's actually a bunch of lessons that kill it. There's this. There's Reduced to Memory. There's potentially Mercurial Transformation. There's Necrotic Fumes. There's Start from Scratch. There's Containment Breach. There's Introduction to Annihilation. You're gonna have a lesson that gets rid of it. You're gonna open a lesson that gets rid of it. Yeah, and it produces one of every color, so you can always cast whatever you're getting outside of Reduced to Memory, right? That's the only one that you wouldn't be able to cast off. I guess Necrotic Fumes as well. They all double colors, but I don't think it's that hard to do. I think I'm in on this card actually being good. I'll actually put 8-1 on it. I'll actually be 9-1, but... Like, in all seriousness, if your opponent plays Cody, are you not going to kill it on the spot? In all seriousness. Is there any way your opponent plays this and you don't kill it? Yeah, it's a good skill tester. This is a cool card. It's probably more 1-8, isn't it? Do you think it's more 1-8 or 8? Do you think it's 1-8 or 8-1? You use 1-8? Okay. That's cool. Add a mana, put a point counter on Strixhaven Stadium. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, remove a point counter. Whenever creature you control deals combat damage to an opponent, put a counter on Strixhaven Stadium. If it has 10 or more counters on it, remove them all, and when that player loses the game. Is this card good? Yeah, it only triggers on combat damage. You think it's a 9? Really? Oh, your Kelpie can untap it. That's pretty busted. Oh, dude. What the hell? Yeah, you're right. Yikes. Kelpie must be the mascot of your school. Is that a Strixhaven mascot? It makes sense that the team with the mascot, you know, has a better stadium. Cyber versus life gain? No. I'll put it on at least a 5. You would have to play this card. So if I play this and I attack you with 2 creatures and you take them both, then there's 2 counters on this, and I can tap to put a counter on it. Then on my turn I can tap another counter on it. So I would have 4 counters on it. If you ever hit me, I remove a counter for every time one of your creatures hits me. So if you hit me with a 5/5, I remove 1 counter. Yeah, I need some setup. What do you mean you only need 9? Yes, technically, if you play Strixhaven Stadium and you have 9 creatures and you attack and your opponent doesn't block any of them. Yes, they do. They lose. But how did that happen? How do you have 9 creatures with 1 or more power and they didn't block any of them? I don't know. And they're not already going to win that game. Yeah, it's either a 5 or a 6, right? I don't think anybody's thinking it's better than that. Wandering Archaic. Okay, so whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery, you may pay 2. Wait, no. Whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery, they may pay 2. If they don't, you may copy that spell. Okay, so their spells cost 2 more. Okay. I guess that's good. Explore the Vast Lands. It's the other side of this card. It's a split card. Each player looks at the top 5 cards of their library, reveals a land. Wait, each player reveals a land and or an instant or a sorcery. So a land and an instant or a land and a sorcery? Or just a land or just a sorcery? Okay. Then puts those cards they revealed this way into their hand and buttons in the bottom of their arena in random order. Each player gains 3 life. No. The front side's great, though. Yeah, 5 mana 4/4. Well, it's not 5 mana 4/4 upside. I mean, it is that. It is what it is. But it's colorless, and it's a tax. 2 cost tax for their spells. But it doesn't hit copies though. Maybe that's not such a bad thing though. Oh, you know, this could backfire. Oh, no, it can't backfire. It says you may copy. It's not mandatory you copy. Okay, never mind. I thought if you just have this and another creature, they can just, like, terminate this, and then you have to kill your other creature. No, okay. Yeah, tax could be good. This is probably a 7, right? Yeah, you do get Magecraft value sometimes. You're right. 5 cost, totally not Kozilek. Is it? I have no idea. I don't know anything about the plot. Well, yeah, this is a white card. You're totally right. This is a white card, isn't it? Yep. White doesn't get nice things. All right, Archaic commons come into play tapped. Okay, this is Reprint. Transguild Promenade or something. Yeah. You would always play this, right? You don't play the 3rd one. This is a Reprint. Oh, I True Face Sensor up here. Sorry. I don't know how long that was there. It was there a long time, wasn't it? Archaic commons. Yeah, this is like an 8. This is like the 4th version of this card. This has been printed before. Lower hold Campus enters the battlefield tapped. Tap add red or white. Oh, there's a cycle of these? Cool. And you get to learn what the name of the guilds are. Lorehold, Prismari, Quandrix, Silverquill, Witherbloom. Cool. Yeah. You play them. The ratings on these don't really matter. You're just going to play them if you're going to play them. The question is whether you play them, like, if I'm a blue-black deck, do I splash one Withered Bloom Campus with no green cards? Yeah. Yeah, you do. Yeah. Do you play a strictly off-color one? If you're a red-white deck, do you play this? Probably not. You would play half-color ones. I don't think you play completely off-color ones. But you do play half-color ones. Good question, though. Tap, add a colorless, 3-tap, target creature, power 3 less, can't be blocked. This is rogue something, right? What was it called? Rogue's Passage? And that card was great. I got blasted by Rogue's Passage a ton. Yeah, Rogue's Passage. Oh yeah, don't play the third one of those Skylands. Play the second one. Don't play the third one. Don't play a half-color third one. Don't do that. Play a half-color second one. Don't play a half-color third one. I got blown away by Rogue's Passage all the time. I think you're probably going to play this. If you're a 2-color deck, you 100% play this. If you're a 3-color deck, maybe not. You probably don't play this in 3-color deck. I'll put this as a 5. Because I think this format's a 3-color deck. I think this format's a 3-color format, I should say. So colorless lands are taking up a spell slot, and I don't know if you're gonna have 18 lands or 19 lands in your deck. I don't know about that. Rogue's Passage would be a 6 out of 10. The fact that it's only 3 or less is certainly making it a 5 out of 10. And then these are dual lands. There's a cycle of dual lands here. Okay. I mean, you play them or you don't, right? If you're those colors, you play them. If you don't, then you don't. Nothing to really say here. I'll put them as 7s, but I mean, I guess I put them as 8s. It doesn't really matter. They're all called snarls. Okay, what's this? Tap, add a colorless, 1-mana tap, add 1 mana of any color. Okay, so it's Shimmering Grotto. Sure. Put a counter on target creature, activate only as a sorcery, and only if you've cast an instant sorcery. Wait, what? Wait, what? Put a counter on target creature, activate only as a sorcery, and only if you've cast an instant or... Wait, what? Is this a 10? I think this is the kind of the definition of a 10. Removal doesn't kill it. It's a bomb. And you play it in literally every deck you play. You always play this. It's free. What? What? It doesn't even come to play tapped. Okay, it's a 10. What? Wow, okay. We got our first 10. This is free real estate. Yeah. What? Yeah, okay. It's not even a legend. Yeah. And it mana fixes. Wow. Okay, yeah. Look at the top card of your library. If it's an instant or sorcery card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't put the card into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. Activate this only if you have exactly 0 or 7 cards in hand. Yeah, Kelpie looking like a goat. Right. Okay, so... Niv Mizzix, this is a blue-red land in the past, right? Niv something. It was a blue-red land in the past, right? Was it Arium? What was it called? Yeah, there we go. Nivix. It was called Nivix. This card was terrible. Nivix, Area of the Fireman. This card was unplayable. I don't think I mean, this is... I think this is a 1/3 think it's a 1/5, right? That's kind of the way I look at it. Maybe it's not. No, it actually just puts it into your hand, right? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a 3. It's Seagate Wreckage, you're right. Yeah, you can surveil 1. It's surveil 1. It's 2 mana tap surveil 1. And then if it's an instant or sorcery, you draw it. Yeah. I think in a 2-color deck, you always play this, right? If you're hellbent, this will win you the game. That's kind of the way I feel. Yeah, if you're playing a 3-color deck, I don't think you play it. I'll put it as a 3. I actually can see this being your 18th land. I think this is a totally reasonable 18th land. I'll put it as a 3, though. Using it on 7 is unlikely. You might use it once on 7. You might use it twice on 7, actually. Like, draw a Terminate, untap, play the Terminate. Next turn, draw your card, activate it again. Play your land. I can see that. Maybe it's a 4. Maybe it's a 4. I'm talking myself into it being a 4. Yeah. No, it's pretty easy in a blue deck for you to activate this on turn 4, right? Because, like, they have, blue has Pop Quiz. Right? Has, like, Pop Quiz. Yeah, it's probably a 4. I don't think you always play this card. I don't think you always play it. But it kind of does overlap a little bit with these lands, right? It kind of overlaps with these Scry 1 lands. It overlaps just a little bit with them. Like these Scry 1, this thing Surveils 1, right? So it's not necessarily a unique effect. This card would be a lot stronger if these weren't in the format, is what I'm saying. Maybe you do always play this card. Maybe you do always play this card. This is certainly an interesting one. Maybe just play 18 lands in this. Or 17 if you're playing 2-color. Well, yeah, Wallolumpus, that's what I'm saying. When I say it's an 18th land, I'm saying it's your 23rd card. It's not a... Yeah, maybe it's a 6. Yeah, maybe it's a 6. 5 or a 6. Okay, I'm talking myself into a 5 or 6. I think you're going to play this more often than you're not. In fact, if I see this for the first time, I'm going to play it just to see what it's like. Yeah. That's a cheap activation cost, too. 2 mana tap it's pretty cheap. Cool. Well, those are really interesting cards. We found our first 10. We found our first 10. All of Oracles. And it's a rare, but we found it. But yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. I'll try to finish up the rest of it tomorrow. Yeah, it's a land. What a card. What a card this one is. All of Oracles. Wow.